Welcome to Module 4, Case 1. Module 4 is creating forms and reports. In this module, you will learn how to create user-friendly forms for data entry and professional reports for presenting information. Forms make it easier to input data, while reports help you share and analyze your data. By the end of this module, you'll be able to create basic forms and tabular reports using Access Wizards. Let's get started. Here, I am going to start, or we are going to start with our uh-oh, 4 Tech Tutors instructions. Remember that the instructions are provided. You have a getting started section. You want to make sure that you are working in the actual application and not the web version. Make sure you know where your data files are saved to. Make sure you're doing a compacted repair of your databases before you do an upload. Um, and the other items I'll put in a frequently asked questions document. Here, our scenario for Module 4 is Taylor wants to improve the usability of the database by creating forms for data entry and reports for printing. She asks you to create professional-looking forms and reports using Access Wizards and design tools. So here, we're going to open our data file. So I'm going to minimize these instructions and open the data files. As we complete the modules, this will be one of your resources that will be available in your folders for practice. So I know I've talked about the quick reference guide that will be available to you. So again, this is the task. It'll provide you information, kind of like a checklist to make sure that you've covered the major items and the major functions. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to ensure that I cover the major items and major functions, even if I'm not typing everything in, all the data in. I'm making sure that I'm getting the function covered. So again, you will have access to this document. Kind of gives you hints. It kind of gives you some, it says stuck common fixes. And I'll make a separate video for this document as well, compact to repair and close. So it kind of just gives you a guideline and starts you from somewhere. So that's the document that will be available to you. All right. Now we're going to open from our data files. We are opening our data files that are being opened. Here again, I'm in my access module for data files, and we're doing our case ones at each module. That's our review section. So here we have 2 files. We have the database and we have the support file. But I'm going to go ahead and open the database and probably just leave my Explorer open. If you want to drag this to your desktop or place it someplace else, if you're comfortable to be able to access it and know exactly where it is, that's absolutely fine. It's totally your choice. Okay, again, just close that error message. Get back to our steps. So you'll have not only your steps or your instructions, so you'll have 2 documents. You'll have a document that says, here's what to do, and then you have a document that says, here's how to execute it. So, but that'll be the quick reference document. So again, if we're going to do an open and save, we're going to rename, and this follows the structure and guidelines presented in your SAM documents. So we have our, I need to save the file as, file, save as, save as. Give it a name and a location. If it doesn't default to the prior location, I think I have mine on the desktop. And my DB save location. And I am And we're naming this MP4 AC or MPAC4 Tech Tutors. I'm saving it in my save location. So next it wants us to start our form wizard. So go to the Create tab in the Forms group. We need to enable content. If you have your enable content here, make sure to enable it. Here, sure I can see the items, the name. So in our task 2, we're going to create tutor form using the form wizard. So we're going from the Create tab in Forms, we're going to click on the form wizard. From form wizard, we're going to select table tutor. So in your drop down list, table tutor. From here, we're going to add all the fields to the selected fields. So to add all of them at once, click the double arrows, select next, select the columnar layout. So just verify that that's complete. Click next. Now we need to name the form. So type tutor data. And I'm naming mine something different because again, I don't want the duplicates. Well, I can take it off right here. Well, I can still name it different. And we're going to select finish to finish the wizard. And this waiting for printer connection, I'm not sure if it's something that it does due to me being on my network, because again, I understand that it is a report, so it does need a place to go, and it's kind of doing its own background settings. So if you do see it, it might be common. If you don't see it, don't worry. Normally, if I'm trying to open up like a PDF document or something like that, I normally will see it. And again, it may be just eating memory for me having everything open. But now you have created a form. The next task, task 3, we want to switch to design view. Here, we're going to right click the slice theme. So from the design tab, we're going to select the themes group, drop down, and again, remember my screen may look different. Here we have the slice theme. They're asking us to right click on it. So this is the option that you'll use if you're applying it to the form only. So apply theme to this object only. Theme to this object only is selected. On task 4, we're going to edit form title and change font color. So from the home tab, you're going to view drop down and then layout view. Once you get to the layout view, it says click on form title, which is tutor data at the top of form, and edit the text. So the triple click to select all, or just highlighting it. Keep title selected, and then you're going to format and open the font color drop down list. So here we're in the layout view. The design view is again the structure. The data view is the actual live data. The layout view is the view that you're going to look at to determine what it would look like when it had live data. So that's what view we're in now. So once we click tutor data, they wanted us to select or type the space in tutor data. in little items like this, having the space, not having the space, having too many spaces when you upload your database to Cengage, it is likely to mark it wrong. The Z definitely would get me wrong. Okay, so we have tutor data and we changed it into 2 words. We still have our title selected. Open the font color drop down and select dark blue accent 1. It should be in the 5th column, 1st row. So here, oops. Ugh. Make sure, again, this is going to be task 4. Again, my computer is running extremely sluggish. It's not staying up for me. I don't know if it's the recording, but it seems like it's time to wrap up task 4. But the steps for task 4, you will select the colors drop down box, go to the dark blue accent 1, which will be the 5th column and the 1st row under theme colors. I am going to wrap this up and restart, and I'll see you at task 5 for module 4.